Are you looking for a smart color LED light bulb that you can control via an application? Then you're in the right place. The Govee H6008 could be exactly what you're looking for. I'm Wanderer001. Let's get into this. Starting off, yes, this is a smart bulb, but we're going to look at some of the hardware of the bulb itself because, well, it still is a light bulb. Starting at the bottom, we are looking at our base, which is a standard E26. Moving up from that, where the Govee branding is, this is your heatsink, but also houses your Wi-Fi antenna as well as Bluetooth. Moving up, we have our frosted dome. This is plastic, and I will say that it does a very good job of light distribution. You can't really tell if there's a ring of LEDs shooting sideways or shooting up. This diffuses the light very good and is very bright. The LED bulb itself is 800 lumens, which is a 60-watt equivalent if you are thinking of an incandescent bulb, and uses at maximum 9 watts of power. You're also looking at a color temperature of 27,000 Kelvin up to 65,000 Kelvin for your bright white lights. The color bulb also supports 16 million different colors. The LED is dimmable as well, not only through the application, but also through a dimmer switch on your wall, which is something you want to consider. Just because it's a smart LED doesn't mean you don't want to use physical switches to control it. I did mention that this is a smart LED bulb and that it has Wi-Fi antennas. You're going to be using the 2.4 gigahertz spectrum. With this, no hub needed, it connects directly to your Wi-Fi router. That does, however, mean that there is a setup process for this because it is a smart device. So let me show you what the setup was like. This will be setup of the Govee Smart Light Bulb model H6008. Start things off, you're going to insert your light into an outlet, and then we're going to bring the application into focus and then press the plus sign in the upper corner, and then we have to find what we're looking for. So you can search for the exact model number that you want, and I would recommend that because Govee makes a lot of products. After which, simply select, and there it's saying this is the broadcasting from the light bulb back there. So I'm going to tap on that, and it's going to connect to it over Bluetooth. So we'll give that a moment, and there it's connected to Alexa. I can swipe that off. You can give your light bulb a name. There you see I'm calling it Govee Smart Light Bulb because I'm very clever, and we're going to hit done, and it's searching for Wi-Fi now. So it says I've detected this Wi-Fi network based on my phone. What is the password? After you insert your password, you can select to save it to your Govee account and then select done. You can always select skip in the upper right-hand corner if you don't want to do any of these processes. However, in my case, I want to have this accessible via my Wi-Fi so I can control it using Alexa. It was spinning and it says it's done. We're going to try done again. Once connected to Wi-Fi, you will get the option to set up third-party voice assistants. You can skip or add them right from here. Alexa on the left and Google Assistant on the right. I'm going to select Alexa, and it will walk you through the steps of adding this skill. Once done correctly, you really won't notice a difference, so you will have to hit the back button up here. And then right now, we are communicating to it over Bluetooth. And now we can finally turn down that brightness so you can see the phone a little better. But that was how to set up the Govee Smart Light Bulb H6008. Now that we've seen just how easy it is to set up the Govee H6008 here, what else can we do with it? We can sync the LED bulb to music, we can create timers, and we can group several bulbs together to operate seamlessly together, but all of that is done through the application. So let's take a look. This is the Govee app for the Govee H6008 color smart light bulb, which can be seen right there on my desk. On the home page itself, you can see here is the light bulb I'm currently connected to. I can connect via Bluetooth or over Wi-Fi right there, and we're on all rooms. We could change this to a specific location, such as bedroom or living room. In the upper right hand corner, this is how we can add another device if we wanted to. But right now, what we can do is either turn on or off my light bulb. So I'm going to select off, which will turn this light off right there. And then we can select it on, again, right from the screen without actually having to log into the particular device. If we select the icon, it's going to bring us in. It's going to connect to it via Bluetooth in this case. And then from here, we have our power button. So that will turn this on and off just like we did before. Our color brightness. So right now it's at 100. I can lower that down to 50. Notice that's getting lower, and then that's 25. It won't go out completely because I have lights around, but that's how you can see and adjust the intensity if you wanted to. Over here, we have a timer. If I select timer, this will allow us to set specific timers. So you have one for right here. I can turn it off, I can turn it on, I can set a time, and then I can set a repeat mode for it. And notice it gives you several options for timers, so you don't have to just utilize one. Here we have a wake up. If I select this, wake up time, you set that, your specific days, and then duration, and then final brightness. And what this will do is gradually make the LED brighter until it reaches your full wake up time in the increments of 15 minutes, or I can go all the way up to 1 hour and as little as 10 minutes. And then you have the same idea with sleep. If I select this, set countdown, and then initial brightness, and it will gradually lower itself as you get closer to sleep. And here we have automations if we wanted to run this and an explanation of how to do that. So that was our timer. Right here, we're going to skip these for a moment and come down to our color wheel and color intensity. So right now I have it on a very cool white. If I come over, I can change this to a warmer tone or a mid-tone, but that's just using the white. If I so chose, I can do red and it changes the color red, and then I could pick anything on this color wheel and it will change, and you can see it dynamically changing on the table there. I can select over, and this gives me a more advanced color wheel to work with, giving you moods for the colors that you're choosing. And then here we have specific color blends. So maybe I like these purple hues, and it gives me what I can be doing right there with those. I also can save to my colors. So if this is a favorite color, and it will add it down here. Notice I have no colors currently saved, but let's say I do this and then save to my color right there. It's down there. I can pick that. If I do another one, now I can just tap on either of these to quickly toggle between the two. I can edit simply by selecting, yeah, I don't want those anymore, or I can select the plus sign here to add any color that I want to my color favorites. In fact, I'm going to leave those down there for now. And that was our color section. And that's all into this. This is colors. If we come over to scene, notice this part down here dynamically changes and gives you options. Now, what a scene will do in Govee is kind of change the way that the light behaves. So if I select dusk, that's giving me the dusk look. If I select forest, this is what it's saying forest. If I do fire, which you won't want the two together, but that's the fire look. We can also do festivals. So if I do Halloween, notice it's kind of fading in and out. Let me see. Candle flicker might be easier to see. Very subtle. Do Christmas. And there it's changing between red and green. You've got a lot of different choices that you can go through here. I'm not going to show you them all, but I do appreciate the amount of options that Govee gives you, both from the Govee company itself as well as the Govee community. We're going to come back to a solid color just so that it doesn't continue to flash in the background, and then come to illumination. And from here, we can pick our color temperature, as well as here are some color scenes. You've got work scene. Here's our bright, we want to pay attention. Reading, slightly muted. Relaxed, really chill. And then illumination. Notice we can edit any one of these, or we can add another one simply by giving it a name and then choosing something on our color wheel. We can also edit, like I said, and this will allow you to change the brightness as well as the Kelvin temperature, and then save it. Moving on, we're coming over to music. So right now we have to start pickup, and this is going to be based on my voice right now, and I warn you for strobing, should have said that before. We can change the sensitivity so it's a little less muted, a little more subtle, but that's gathering. I can select dynamic, which is going to change the way that the colors act, and then calming based on my tone. We can also say, no, I don't want auto color. I want to pick my color, and I'm going to pick that. And now it's going to stay on the one color and change how the light reflects. And this will give you an idea better, probably what the light flashing looks like. Change that all the way up. You're really going to see it. Going to come to dynamic now, and then down to calming. Okay. And that was our music. We're going to come back here to turn that off, and we're going to go back to our red, and then we're going to come to DIY. These are going to be user shared scenes, and this is what I said. Govee has a large community of contributors, and this is a place that you can come and see things that people have added. Each one of these has a name and who contributed. So if I select this, this is what this particular person has submitted. I also have this one here. There's lots of choices all in our DIY area. I'm going to come back to red. And then notice here, there's 3 dots for more. That's because you have even more that you can do that don't have little shortcuts up there. We have access to our timers, which we had access to before up there. And then we have our effects lab, which allows us to pick colors based on specific scenes. If we wanted to. Want to sync up all your lights? You can create a group, and right here I have 2, so I can say add them quickly, and now I've created a group for them. We've got no alarm clock, so this is the scheduled wake up time and sleep time that I showed you before. Here is tap to run, so this is kind of an automation, but there's another area that we can get to the automation, so I'll show you that later. And then creating a sundown routine. And that's everything that we can do function-wise for the Govee light. If we come up here to the upper right-hand corner and select settings, this will bring us into some of the functionality that we can do with this. First being our device name. We can change it from here. Next, layout settings and control page. If I select this, lets you figure out how you'd like to see things. You have device safety. If you turn this on, the device will only be able to be used with the current device, meaning my smartphone wouldn't be able to be used with another smartphone. We have our Wi-Fi settings. So if you needed to change your current Wi-Fi network, this is how you would do it. As well as here is our user guides for Alexa, Google Assistant, and distributed gateway. Further down here, we have our device information, such as device version, firmware, hardware, and then MAC address and so forth. But further down this page is actually the delete button. So if you needed to delete this from your Govee account, that's where you would come to do it. And then if you need customer support, you simply come up here, press the headset icon, and then you can report an issue or rapid replacement of your particular Govee device. And that is everything that we can do for the Govee H6008 Smart LED Color light bulb. Now that you've seen the versatility that you get through the application for this smart bulb, and that you can set it up to work with Alexa, Google Home, and IFTTT, let me show you some examples of actually controlling this bulb via the Alexa voice assistant.
Alexa, turn on Govee Smart LED bulb. Alexa, set Govee Smart LED bulb to red. Alexa, set Govee Smart LED bulb to blue. Alexa, set Govee Smart LED bulb to 1%.
One often neglected feature of a smart LED bulb is actually the power consumption of the LED. You want to know, if you're going to have this on for lengthy periods of time, how much power is this actually using? And starting off with the LED bulb plugged in and turned off, so just sitting on your Wi-Fi, it uses less than 1 watt of power. Now, depending on color temperature and brightness, is the amount of power that you'll be using. Let me show you. Right now it's 8.5 at bright white, but if I start changing the color temperature, and this is all at 100%, there we go, change color temperature, still 8.5, there's a warmer, so color, white intensity, not that big of a difference, but if we come up to different colors, we can see that changes. That's 7.1. If I come over here to a red, that's a 4.4, bring that to a green, 2.8, different hue of green, 2.5, there's a blue, 3.2, 3.5, different blue, 3.0, dropped it down to 1.7, not bad, and there's a green. You can see bright white with 100% is always going to give you the most intensity. Right now it actually looks like, there you go, there's our bright white, bringing you back up to 8.4, 8.5, which looks like that will be the brightest. Currently, I also use this LED smart bulb as my desk light for my new work from home station. And I already have 132 hours clocked in with this LED bulb. And since I have it into a smart switch, I can see that I have used 1.100 kilowatts on a bright white setting. So there you go, some real usage for the smart bulb. One thing that I like to test with smart bulbs and smart switches is what happens if power is cut to the device when power is restored. Meaning, if the LED bulb is on and power is lost, what happens when that power is restored? In the case of the Govee H6008, the light bulb will return to an on state. So that means if the light bulb is on, power is lost, and power is restored, the light will be on. But that also means if the light bulb is off, power is lost, and then power is restored, the light bulb will be on. Not very useful at 6 o'clock in the morning. Just wanted to point that out to you. Be aware of that when placing these. Now, with any device, you will run into some cons, and the Govee light here is no exception. First con that I could think of was the fact that this is a hubless light bulb, meaning that it connects directly to your Wi-Fi. What that means is if you don't have a decent enough Wi-Fi router and you have lots of things on your Wi-Fi, having a bunch of LED light bulbs that are connecting directly to your Wi-Fi could bog down your Wi-Fi. It is one of the trade-offs that you get with standalone devices as opposed to ones that have a hub. The return state of the light bulb that I mentioned is also a con in my opinion, because if you're going to be using these in a bedroom, you don't necessarily want to be waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. How do I know? 3 o'clock this morning, I had the light bulb turn on because I lost power. So speaking from experience, but also a data point that I'd like to test out. The last is the heatsink here. It gets a little hot. And by hot, I mean I clocked it in after using it for an 8-hour workday at 139 degrees Fahrenheit. However, I will say that it did cool rather quickly, so I don't really think there's any issues with possible fire hazards with it, but just be aware, don't go grabbing this after a long workday or having it on for any lengthy period of time. A smart LED light bulb is a great way to start a smart home. Govee makes a large selection of lights, and I enjoy the large community aspect to the users of Govee products. So if you're looking for some solid lighting from a company focusing on LED lights, I can strongly recommend the Govee H6008 Smart Color LED light bulb. If this sounds like the LED light you've been looking for, I will have a link where you can pick one up for yourself in the description area below. If you appreciate the time and effort that goes into making comprehensive videos like this, make sure to hit that like button to help other people find the video as well. If you like what I'm doing here and want to be notified of my next review, hit that subscribe button. Still not sure if this is the right smart light bulb for you? On screen now, you'll see 2 other smart LED bulbs that I've reviewed to help you make a more informed decision for yourself.